your first Oaks back in 3 years. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I think we've brought some nice horses here, and it's great to be back here. I love the atmosphere here. You can't beat it. The fans are so friendly, and this is what horse racing is all about. And if you want to get a good dose of horse racing, you come to Churchill Downs.
So you have Tenma in the Oaks and Rodriguez and Citizen Bull in the Derby. What are you thinking about post position for them?
I don't think about it. I don't like to jinx myself, what I want or what I don't want. The main thing is we have all week to prepare them. It's like the Masters, we're going to have another 6 days to get them ready, to prepare them for it, to be ready. But I got to beat this guy. This guy's tough now. He is really, he's holding all the aces here, so this is what we got to beat.
Brad, you had a tough morning with Japan Street. Just explain his injury.
Well, we lost one of our aces this morning, but he'll be fine. Just had a small crack in the condyle, require a couple screws, and look, it's something that a few months he'll be as good as new, and we'll campaign him hopefully later in the year in 2026. So setback, awful timing, but the main thing is he'll be fine.
You still have a crack at it though.
Yeah, no doubt. This is a good colt. Obviously, we're asking him to do something a little bit of the unknown with the dirt, which is not something you really want to come into the Derby. But listen, he proved himself going 1 1/8 at Turfway. Big run, finished up, big gallop out, and he's transferred over to Churchill since that. And he's 4 now. Nice breezes, and I think we're in a good position.
And Brad in the Oaks, you have the favorite with good cheer, 6 races undefeated. How you feeling? I mean, I hear you talk about her, and you seem like you're quite in love.
Yeah, no, look, she's a good filly, very talented. Obviously, proven here at Churchill, 3 for 3 last fall, and she, look, she's just got to get a good trip. She's going to face 13 other good fillies, 1 1/8. I do feel like distance is her friend. The further, the better, and hopefully she works out a good trip.
You two have history. You got your first Derby win because of the situation with Bob.
Thank you.
Go buy him a Coke, right? Yeah, that's right. That's with the Medina Spirit, and then Mandaloon was the winner. But so you haven't had that experience of being in the winner's circle right after the Derby.
No, that's felt the glory.
No.
He'll get it, though. He'll get it.
But no, that's what it's all about. I mean, the Derby, we obviously have races that run for more money throughout the world, but, that's the thing about the Derby is experiencing the thrill of victory and looking forward to doing that someday.
Is there anything to be made out of your Derby horse Final Gambit never having run on the dirt and just a synthetic track?
I mean, I'm optimistic that he'll handle it. I honestly don't know, but he has trained well here since the Ruby, and, once again, it's a race that sometimes you just got to get the trip. It has a lot to do with the trip in the Derby, and not always the best horse wins it. Maybe he can, be in the right place at the right time.
All right, well, fingers crossed for both of you that you like your post position. You never know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, I think, post can be important, but I'd rather have the fastest horse in the best post.
Well, you have. All 3 of your horses have a lot of speed.
They do have a lot of speed.
Yeah, all right. Well, big thanks to both of you. Happy Derby.
Yes.
Happy that you're back.
See you all week.
We'll see you all week.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
It's
Thank
like
you,
the
Brad.
Masters,
Best of
right?
luck. Yes, thank you. So that draw for the Oaks is going to be between race 5 and 6 here, about 7:15. We'll be bringing that to you live right here on Wave, and then it'll be followed by the Derby.
Yes, and Steve Asmussen, he's the winningest trainer out here at Churchill Downs, but still has yet to win a Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, he is 0 for 26, as a matter of fact. So he's like, always a bridesmaid, never a bride type of story.
He's been so close.
Dusty Baker had a chance to speak with him earlier.
He's the winningest trainer in North American history, and he's a Hall of Famer. But Steve Asmussen, he's yet to get over the hump of winning the Kentucky Derby. This time around, he's got 2 horses and 2 opportunities to finally break loose and win his first Derby in his career.
I don't know if it's healthy to want something that bad.
Throughout his legendary career, Steve Asmussen has been missing that one feeling, the feeling of winning a Kentucky Derby. But he certainly knows what it's like to come up just short.
The Derby has eluded me, and as far as what I think, not only have I had Curlin and Gunrunner beat in it when I didn't think that was possible a couple years ago when Epicenter gets beat.
But now Asmussen has 2 chances in the upcoming Derby to walk away a winner. One being the son of Tiz the Law, Louisiana Derby winner Tiz-tastic.
He's a horse that gave us a great thrill, winning twice in 8 days at Kentucky Downs. The Louisiana Derby, I think, gave him an opportunity to show what he can do over a significant amount of ground at around 3/16.
The other being the son of legendary Triple Crown winner American Pharaoh, Publisher.
Being the son of American Pharaoh, Publisher is the coolest horse anybody ever got to run. The fact that he's a maiden running in the Derby is trained by a maiden winner of the Derby myself. It's awfully fun.
And while there is no obvious way of winning a Kentucky Derby, Asmussen says he's hopeful that day will soon come.
The circumstances that create a Derby winner, sure, we fall in that category.
And he believes it very well could be this year.
Maybe this will be the year that we're that fortunate.
The sons of Tiz the Law and American Pharaoh have a legitimate shot at winning the Derby and possibly giving Asmussen that Derby win he's been waiting for his entire career. Reporting at Churchill Downs, Dusty Baker, Wave Sports.
So we shall see if Tiz-tastic or Publisher can do it. And as he said, Publisher is a maiden,
Yes.
which is kind of crazy to think that you have a horse that has never won a race now running in the Kentucky Derby, but it has happened before. Also interesting, there are two sons of American Pharaoh who won the Triple Crown now 10 years ago. That is Publisher and also Luxor Cafe, one of the horses who was coming from Japan, one of the two.
Luxor Cafe, when he comes around that corner and he hits that button, he's as fast as any horse in the field. He's super exciting to watch. He's had two races, only two races, won both of them, and he is super fast.
Yeah.
But another horse that a lot of people, including Dusty Baker's a big fan of, is Cold Battle, and he's trained by Lonnie Briley. Now, Lonnie is 72 years old, has never had a Derby horse, has worked in every aspect of working with horses, but this is his first Derby horse.
It is just incredible. What a story. They never knew that they'd be coming to the Kentucky Derby. I just had a chance to speak with him. He's in the very front row, and I said, how you feeling? He said, a little bit stressed. I mean, imagine you have never dreamed of coming here, and yet you're now in the Kentucky Derby. Let's take a listen.
He got in trouble coming out the gates, and he run fourth. But when he run fourth, he was flying on the end. He was probably 18 minutes out of it, and he went by the winners like they were stopped. Galloped out 5-6 lengths in front of them, and so right then and there, I knew there was more to this horse.
Now, he won his very first race, but he didn't have faith in that horse until he came in fourth, which is crazy. But then when he got that faith in, he went on a roll.
Just incredible. That horse was purchased for $70,000 and has won already more than $1 million. So pretty good investment there, pretty good return on your investment, I should say. Also, he says that this horse is very intelligent, that when Coal Battle finishes and wins a race, that he goes back to the barn just squealing, just telling everyone, look at what I accomplished. I'm so proud.
And he says he doesn't overwork himself. He can take care of himself because he's talking about his brain. He's a very smart horse. He says he'll have him train and he'll want him to hit a time, and he may or may not hit it. And he said he'll look at him and give him a little laugh, a little ha ha.
I love it. Oh, it is a beautiful night here for opening night, and Sunrise at the Downs will start Monday morning. We invite you to join our whole morning team throughout the week. We'll be out there from 5 to 7, bringing you all of the action there on the backside, and we have lots of terrific interviews set up, so we hope you will join us all week long for Sunrise at the Downs. And of course, we are going to be bringing you the Kentucky Derby and the Oaks live. And we have that pill pull starting up very soon. That pill pull for the Oaks will be at 7:15. Now, Wave's Derby coverage will start this Friday at 10 o'clock for the Oaks. We'll have all the races, all the fun, all the fashion. 2025 will mark the 17th Survivors Parade, by the way, which honors breast and cancer survivors. As you look live at everyone gathered here, anxiously awaiting for that pill pull, as we know the post position so important.
Beautiful night out here, the Great Gatsby theme, and everybody's in their theme clothes and their hats and everything. It's a fun night out here tonight.
Certainly is. You're watching Wave News, the special pill pull coverage. We'll be right back.
Oaks in the 151st Kentucky Derby. I can't think of a more perfect night or setting to do these draws. On stage with me, Miss
Welcome back. You are watching live coverage of the Pill Poll right here on Wave News. We're going to be bringing that to you live, but right now we have a very special guest. This is the North American winningest trainer, Steve Asmussen. He does not have an Oaks horse, but 2 Derby horses. How you feeling about those?
Extremely excited. Just love to be here at Churchill Derby Week. Yeah, best place in the world to be.
We can tell you've been outside. You're very tan right now. Yeah. So you have a Tistastic and Publisher. Is there one that you're feeling a little more positive about?
Well, both of the horses come from off of it. Looks like there's plenty of pace signed on for it. Just everything feels positive. Think it's our year, but they got to work out the trip.
You've been so close so many times. Right. How anxious are you to finally get over there?
I want it too bad. You should, it probably isn't even healthy to want something as bad as I want to win the Derby. We've 3 seconds, been ever so close with Epicenter a couple of years ago. But right now we have 2 participants that feel great about themselves.
Good luck, Steve. Good luck. All right, let's take you away with Travis.
And it'll be from off the pace with late running Quick Kick. Amos likes to set up with the amount of pace on paper, but, quote, there's no doubt we have to improve our position right out of the gate. He said no more head starts for the others. Number 5 is Quick Kick.
Number 10, Take Charge, Milady, Brian Hernandez.
Number 10, Take Charge, Milady, Brian Hernandez Jr. and Kenny McPeek have occupied racing's headlines for the past year, and will hope to keep it going with this Ashland runner-up. She tried to run down Lucara, who was loose on the lead in there, and nearly did so. Brian said he needs to help her out a bit more and get her going earlier to be successful in the Oaks. That's number 10, Take Charge, Milady.
Number 11, Good Cheer, Luis Saez.
Number 11 is Good Cheer, unblemished and 6 career starts. Good Cheer figures to be the clear favorite come post time in the Oaks. Trainer Brad Cox says distance is her friend, and that when it comes to legging up Luis Saez, he's not an instructions guy, but he does dig into the pace to figure out where to be early in the race, and he'll do so with Good Cheer, number 11.
Number 12, Anna's Promise, Junior Alvarado.
Number 12 is Anna's Promise, claimed for just $50,000 3 races ago. She won right away for Bell Racing and Carlos David before a gutsy runner-up finished to fellow Oaks rival 5G. Whether or not she can handle the Churchill down surface is not a question. She finished second here last year. Anna's Promise, number 12.
Number 2, Simply Joking, Florent Giroux.
Number 2, Simply Joking. Trainer Whit Beckman will try for his first Oaks with Simply Joking, who was in a real dogfight with fellow rival Quiet Side last time out. Whit is hoping for different circumstances, saying it wasn't the trip we wanted. We did not intend to end up on the inside of her, but it was a good education in the end. Simply Joking, number 2.
Number 14, Quiet Side, Jose Ortiz.
14, the outside post in the Oaks for Quiet Side. Trainer John Ortiz admires Quiet Side's tenacity. He said he's seen her in trouble, in traffic, in a dogfight, and she prevailed each time. He added her biggest asset, though, is being push button, which will come in handy in this bulky field with various possible pace scenarios from post 14 for Quiet Side.
Number 13, Bless the Broken, John Velasquez.
Number 13, Bless the Broken?
Yes, 13, Bless.
Number 13 is Bless the Broken for jockey John Velasquez. She'll be starting just to the inside of Quiet Side from post 13 in that just over 1 furlong run to the first turn. 13, Bless the Broken.
Number 1, early on, Edgar Zayas.
Number 1 is Early On. C2 Racing's Early On narrowly lost the Gazelle to fellow Oaks rival Ballerina Doro last time out. But Mark Cornett of C2 Racing and her trainer Safi Joseph firmly believe their filly is really progressing and one of the few that can get 10 furlongs alone, let alone the 9 furlongs of the Oaks. Number 1, Early On.
Number 7.
7, Lacara, Dylan Davis.
Lacara, which means the face, number 7 Lacara, put her face in front last time out and nobody could pass it. Already a graded stakes winner here at Churchill Downs, she figures to be prominent in the opening stages for her owner breeder Tracy Farmer, a native Kentuckian who won his first graded stakes as an owner back in 2000 with the very cool Albert the Great Lacara.
Number 6.
6, Ballerina Doro, Flavian Pratt.
Any meaningful pace in the Oaks will suit number 6, Ballerina de Oro, who likes to come from off the pace for John and Carla Capek's Rodeo, not Rodeo, Creek Racing. John Capek originally from upstate New York, and his wife will be here next weekend, but tonight they're not, as they're attending the AC/DC concert in Las Vegas, which was the first concert they attended together years ago. That's Ballerina Doro.
Number 8.
8 is 5G, Manny Franco.
Trainer George Weaver, conditioned Grade 1 winner Vacoma, who dominated the freshman sire scene last year with 39 winners. One of those was 5G, who went wire to wire in the Gulfstream Park Oaks last time out and is one of several with speed in here. That's number 8, 5G.
Number 3.
3 is Fondly, Irad Ortiz.
The Virginia Oaks winner number 3, Fondly, is owned by Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners, who will also start journalism in the Derby. But Fondly, per Aaron Wellman, is the polar opposite. She was a bargain basement buy compared to the blockbuster buy of journalism, but they love her trajectory and the fact that Irad Ortiz purposely rated her last time. He believes, Aaron does, the talent is there. It'll be a question of seasoning for number 3, Fondly.
And the 4.
Number 4 is Drexel Hill, Ben Curtis.
Number 4, Drexel Hill, is one of 2 starters for Whit Beckman, who is a native Louisvillian and a graduate of St. X High School just up the road here from Churchill Downs. Drexel Hill has a complementary running style to his other starter and is coming in off a small break, which Whit said giving her the time has made a huge difference. That's number 4, Drexel Hill. And those are the post positions for the Kentucky Oaks, 9 furlongs next Friday. We'll take a brief break, send it back up to Joe and company in the Aristides Loft. We'll reset the board and we'll be back with the Derby after this.
All right, well, more from Churchill Downs here when we come back from the break, and we'll have a special guest when we come back.
Oh, we're going to talk to him right now.
We're talking to him right now.
Yes. So those are the positions that you have. Let me have here with us last year's winning trainer for the Oaks and the Derby. I think you're only the second trainer to ever accomplish that. Okay, let's talk about your Oaks horse here. You have Take Charge, My Lady, with Brian Hernandez Jr., the same team that won last year. How do you like your post position? What are you, number 10?
Well, the post position's ideal. Brian knows her well, and she comes from off the pace, which she did in the Ashland to Keeneland in her last start. One of the things we are dealing with is she's got this small little abscess on the top of her coronet band, which is somewhat, for people, it'd be kind of like a hangnail.
It can be annoying, though.
Yeah, it's annoying. But anyway, so we're dealing with that. We're trying to make sure that it's not bothering her going into the race. We've got 6 days to sort that out. It's going to be a little tricky. It's actually going to be nip and tuck on whether she's 100%. And if she's not, she won't run.
You're late getting into the Kentucky Derby. How much different is it when you get in there late like this?
Well, Mystic Dan actually didn't have that many points last year either. He was on the cusp of everything, but we didn't have much drama about him. But But this year it's been a little bit different. I actually recommended to the ownership that probably a better idea to run an allowance race. This colt hasn't shown the kind of talent like Mystic Dan had shown some serious, one serious race and actually showed really fast as a 2-year-old. But he's doing really well. The ownership group talked to me. They said really like to run. The horse is training 1,000% good right now. And weirder things have happened. And of course, we all know Smart Strike. And we're going to probably just drop him back, let him make one big run, and see how it unfolds.
Who is your jockey for that?
Well, Julian LePreux, I decided to ride Julian. Julian's ridden for me for 2 decades. And we lent Brian to Ian Wilkes. Ian and Brian have a long relationship, and that horse obviously his race in the Bluegrass was great. But Julian's ridden really well for me all winter long, and we're going to trust in his judgment. And he's won a lot of races here at Churchill, so we've got somebody that knows their way around.
All right, Kenny McPeek, thank you so much. Appreciate you taking the time. Good luck on the Derby draw here coming up.
You're welcome. Everybody enjoy the races.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, you're watching Wave Special of the Pill Pull. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the Derby post-position draw next.
Do it. All right. We'll go with 20 runners.
Number 18.
18 is Sovereignty, Junior Alvarado.
Number 18, post number 18, Sovereignty. Michael Banahan of Godolphin said last year's Street Sense Stakes right here at Churchill Downs, where Sovereignty won his first race ever in a stakes, was the right calculated risk. Now as a 3-year-old, they believe the light bulb has come on with him, and he's settled nicely into Churchill Downs. Trainer Bill Mott has been giving glowing reviews of Sovereignty's recent works. He's number 18.
Number 3.
3 is Final Gambit, Luan Machado.
Number 3 is Final Gambit. Final Gambit went so wide to win the Jeff Ruby Stakes, he was practically in downtown Cincinnati. It was a Derby-like winning move, but it was not on the Derby surface of dirt. Trainer Brad Cox is undeterred by the surface, saying if they're doing well and they're working well, you'll get an honest effort out of them. That's number 3, Final Gambit.
Number 20.
20, Owen Almighty, Javier Castellano.
Post position number 20 to Owen Almighty. Travis Boersma had aspirations of rebuilding horse racing in Oregon when he first entered the business. His Flying Dutchman breeding and racing has since expanded to Kentucky. They aspire to name every horse they acquire within 24 hours via a family vote. Owen Almighty, who is only one of 3 horses with wins here at Churchill Downs, is named after his second youngest son, Owen. Owen Almighty, post 20.
Number 12.
12, East Avenue, Manny Franco.
Number 12, post number 12 for East Avenue. After a flashy start to his career, East Avenue frustrated in his next 2 starts before rebounding in the bluegrass, causing Brendan Walsh to wonder if everything had been so easy for East Avenue that he just needed to knuckle down and fight a fight. Brendan insists, from a talent point of view, East Avenue is as good of a horse as he's ever had. East Avenue, number 12.
Number 1.
1, Citizen Bull, Martin Garcia.
Post position number 1 to Citizen Bull. Last year's 2-year-old champion disappointed in the Santa Anita Derby, but trainer Bob Baffert said the colt needed the race off a 2-month layoff before adding that Citizen Bull is the happiest horse with a great personality, and he's been bouncing around Churchill Downs this week. He will break from post 1, Citizen Bull.
Number
8, Journalism, Umberto Rispoli.
Number 8 is Journalism. Seeking a name ending in ism, the ownership group of Eclipse Thoroughbreds, Paul Braverman and Robert LaPenta, settled on, for no particular reason, Journalism, but it didn't take long for his ability to shine, and Journalism became known as Gorilla, until jockey Umberto Rispoli climbed off him one day and started calling him King Kong. Aaron Wellman of Eclipse says Journalism is one of those it-factor individuals with a mind built for execution, and he'll use that from post 8, Journalism.
Number 16.
16 is Cole Battle, Juan Vargas.
Number 16 is Cole Battle. Good horses and good horsemanship are always a theme in the Derby, and Cole Battle is what happens when there's synergy between the two. It was a loss on turf when Lonnie Briley, a Louisiana native, started to believe Cole Battle had a future. And sure enough, Cole Battle became his first graded stakes winning horse, outpacing his previous top money earner by more than a factor of 5. 16, Cole Battle.
Number 13.
13 is Publisher, Irad Ortiz.
Number 13, post 13 for Publisher. Despite 0 wins to his name, Publisher secured a top spot in the Derby after rallying nearly 15 lengths to finish second in the Arkansas Derby. Trainer Steve Asmussen says he's always shown quality with some unfortunate trips. When I asked Steve about his ability to develop horses over time, he added, training is about having horses mentally and physically ready to have them do what you're about to ask them to do. And he hopes that Publisher is ready to do so from post 13.
Number 10.
10, Grande, John Velasquez.
Number 10 is Grande. Looking to shake things up, trainer Todd Pletcher elected to prepare Grande for the Derby right down I-64 at Keeneland. In the Wood Memorial, Grande was wide on the first turn before launching a sustained middle move to a runner-up finish. The distance per Todd, with 2 9-furlong races under his belt, will certainly suit Grande in the Derby. Post 10.
Number 17.
17 is Sandman, Jose Ortiz.
Number 17, Sandman, post 17, so heavily touted on debut. Sandman went off at nearly even money in his first start last summer right here at Churchill Downs. Jockey Jose Ortiz says his goal is to keep Sandman in the clear, not get him stopped, so that he can get into his, quote, beautiful stride. Sandman, 17.
Number 14.
14, Tiz-tastic, Joel Rosario.
Number 14, Tiz-tastic. Trainer Steve Asmussen believes the difference for Tiz-tastic will be the distance. He says he'll run all day long, jumping a long way with each and every stride. He's also hoping Joel Rosario, who he said rode Epicenter freakishly beautiful a few years ago to a narrow defeat, will do similar. He said, you run races in your head and you imagine them working out for you. He said, I can see Tiz-tastic being Rich Strike in this race. Tiz-tastic, 14.
Number 15.
15, Render Judgment, Julian Leperoux.
Number 15, Render Judgment, broke his maiden right here at Churchill Downs last October for trainer Kenny McPeek, who, of course, swept both the Oaks and the Derby last year, but might soon be more known for his appearance on the Netflix docuseries Race for the Crown. Kenny McPeek, the trainer of 15, Render Judgment.
Number 7.
7, Luxor Cafe, Joe Moreira.
Number 7, Luxor Cafe is one of 2 Japanese runners in this year's Derby. He's rattled off 4 consecutive wins, including a narrow victory over rival Admire Daytona, where the 2 of them threw it down, finishing 12 lengths ahead of the 3rd place finisher. His rider, Joe Moreira, is known as the Magic Man. It's number 7, Luxor Cafe.
Number 9.
9, Burnham Square, Brian Hernandez.
Number 9, Burnham Square's small frame comes with a big kick. And trainer Ian Wilkes says without frequent racing, he'd be bouncing off the walls. Ian also admires how jockey Brian Hernandez Jr. handles the pressure he's been under since last year. He added, Brian is worth a few extra lengths at Churchill. And as we saw last year, every length and nose matters. Burnham Square, number 9.
19, Chunk of Gold, Jareth Loveberry.
Number 19, Chunk of Gold, for first-time Derby starting trainer Ethan West. He started to believe in Chunk of Gold when they stretched him out in his second start, and he ran so exceptionally well despite being green. Ethan said he's a mix of anxious, nervous, and excited. In fact, he doesn't even know where he's going to watch the race from yet. Chunk of Gold, number 19.
Number
6, Admire Daytona, Christophe Lemaire.
Number 6, Admire Daytona, winner of the UAE Derby earlier this month and later than usual. Admire Daytona was the first of 2 Japanese runners to arrive here at Churchill Downs. The UAE Derby, like the Louisiana Derby, is run over 9.5 furlongs, making it just a 16th shorter than the Derby itself. Admire Daytona does have some speed if he needs it from post 6.
Number
11, Flying Mohawk, Joseph Ramos.
Number 11, Flying Mohawk. Trainer Whit Beckman made his Derby debut last year and is back again with the late-running Flying Mohawk. The Derby will be Flying Mohawk's dirt debut, but Whit said everything was going so well on turf, they didn't consider changing surfaces. He then added, on dirt, no one has outworked him. Flying Mohawk, number 11.
Number
5, American Promise, Nick Juarez.
Number 5 is American Promise. He will be D. Wynn Lucas's 51st starter in the Derby. He's a 4-time winner. American Promise and Nick Juarez, who is making his Derby debut, won the first ever running of the Virginia Derby on dirt before a packed and raucous house at Colonial Downs to qualify. Number 5, American Promise.
Number
4, Rodriguez, Mike Smith.
Number 4, Rodriguez, like his sire, Authentic. Rodriguez does his best running on the lead, which is how he qualified for the Derby in the Wood Memorial. Bob Baffer says Rodriguez's motor sometimes runs too hot, and that Mike Smith, who never fights horses, is the perfect pilot. Rodriguez, number 4.
Here we go. Number 2, Neo Equus, Flavian Pratt.
Number 2, Neo Equos. Co-owners of Neo Equos, Clint Cornett and Mark Cornett of C2 Racing, fell in love with the game through the gambling side at Louisiana Downs, chasing pick 6 carryovers at the Bossier City Oval, which it was once famous for. The first horse they bought was White Abarrio. Thus, Neo Equos is not their first Derby starter, as White Abarrio ran in the Derby in 2022. Neo Equos, number 3. We good?
We're good.
All right, thanks to Ben and Dan. Thanks everyone for joining us tonight, for taking the time as we work our way toward the Oaks and the Derby. Enjoy the rest of your evening here at Churchill Downs, and best of luck to everybody. Good night.
All right, so there we go. Post positions are now set, and the expected favorite, Journalism, with an amazing draw. Number 8 will be breaking from the 8 hole. They've got to be really happy with that. You know, most of the winners have come from either post positions 5, 8, or 10. So really good. Now, we've never had a winner from hole number 17, and that is Sandman, which is another expected favorite. So maybe that curse will be broken.
Right, and then speaking of curses, Bob Baffert, Citizen Bull, stuck on the rail at number 1.
Yeah, that's not such a great position, especially for a speed horse. But we have had a lot of winners still from hole number 1. But if a speed horse, they kind of get bumped, especially in that 1, 2, and 3 position.
Yeah, since they expanded it, if the 1 hole hasn't been as bad. It's not the curse of death anymore, but it's going to be tough for him to come out of there.
Dwayne Lucas getting a really good post position for his horse American Promise. Will be breaking from hole number 5. This is a huge horse, the largest horse of the field, 17 hands, and I just had a chance to talk to Dwayne, and he said he has never felt this good about a Derby contender in a long time, so that's saying a lot.
I just talked to him yesterday morning, and he was in great spirits as usual, and he said he's not only back, but he's back strong. He really has a lot of faith in this horse.
Very, very exciting for him. Okay, coming out from the first position, we discussed that, and then from the 20 hole is going to be Owen Almighty. This is an interesting horse. A lot of people not really certain if owners should have decided to put this horse in, but you know what? When you own Dutch Brothers Coffee and you have a whole lot of money and you have a chance to be in the Derby, you take that chance.
Yeah, I mean, the Derby is a once-in-a-lifetime thing for some people. So, yeah, if you get a chance to be in the Kentucky Derby, you take it. With horses I'm really high on, Luxor Cafe coming out of 7, really good spot for him. He's, like I said, he's very fast, especially coming down the stretch run. Like Luxor Cafe with the 7, got a really good draw.
Yeah, very nice horse. That is also a son of American Pharaoh, and so born in Kentucky, but is a Japanese contender. We have 2 Japanese contenders with Luxor Cafe and Admire Daytona. This is the 4th year the Japanese have had a horse in the Kentucky Derby. Last year, they had a really good opportunity with Forever Young, and that race was incredible because you had Mystic Dan, Sierra Leone, and then you had Forever Young. So they got really, really close. 1 year, I'm sure a Japanese horse will do it.
And as soon as they do, the training will change amongst the other trainers, because their training regimen is very different. They train down the chute. They're out there for a very long time compared to the rest of the horses. So if one of those wins, everyone else is going to change.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Much more coverage here and reaction coming up on Wave News' special Phil Poll. Welcome back. You're watching live coverage right here. Look at all the reaction. So we have the post position set now for the Oaks and the Derby, and you see everyone milling about, discussing it. And I'll tell you what, the favorite journalism, also known as King Kong, drew post number 8. You really can't get better than that. Right now we have the owner of Eclipse Partners, Aaron Wellman, who owns journalism. Okay, first of all, how are you feeling about this draw?
Relieved. Yeah. It's a big component, and it's just step by step. So the fact that he drew well is encouraging. It's a positive. And, now he needs to come out of there running.
You're going to be the overwhelming favorite, well, not only because of your draw and your horse, but also because of the name, because every journalist in America is going to have money on your horse.
When we named him, that was not our intention, but we will take it. Let me tell you, all the positive vibes we can get, all the good energy. And, it's rare to have the media in a consensus on your side. So we'll take it.
Yeah, and I love how you were a high school sports editor, and that comes out of Moppetism, so you wanted to keep the ism, right? And then, that's pretty amazing. Okay, let's talk about your Oaks contender, which is Fondly. You said this horse is kind of flying under the radar, this filly here.
Yeah, it's sort of an opposite end of the spectrum. Journalism's commanding a lot of attention, and our Oaks filly Fondly is really flying in under the radar. But we do have some quiet confidence in her that she's going to outrun her odds, hopefully. She drew well as well in post 3. Ira Ortiz, and a filly that's on the improve for Grand Motion, so we're excited about her as well.
So what's this next week going to be like for you?
Mania. But in a good way. This is what we're all in the game, in the sport, and the business for, is to have contenders, have competitors in the classics like the Oaks and the Derby. I mean, there's nothing like it. The Kentucky Derby really transcends our sport and gets national, if not global, attention. So, we're not taking anything for granted, and we're really just trying to capture this moment because it's such a unique experience to be in the eye of the storm, and we're gonna savor it, and hopefully the horses run well.
Now, you could have had Built, which is another Derby contender, but you made the decision to put Built in the Pate Mile. It was just a concern about the distance for you?
Exactly. He has sort of tired in his last 2 races as the distances have increased. So it's such a huge honor to have qualified a horse for the Kentucky Derby. And for our partners at Eclipse, we're a racing partnership. So anybody and everybody can join our partnerships. And that's why people join our partnerships. But thanks to our great partners that really understand the game, they're sophisticated. They always put the horse first. They knew this was the right move for the horse. You always got to put the best interest of the horse first. Wayne Catalano, he's a legend. Really wanted to get him to the Derby. Amazing trainer, deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. And he did his job. He qualified Built for the Derby, but we had a heart-to-heart a couple days ago and decided we're going to, do the right thing by the horse, and hopefully he'll run and perform well in a big race in the Pate Mile on the Derby undercard.
Yeah, the field for that race has become amazing all of a sudden.
All the races, Oaks and Derby Day, are world class. There are no easy races. They're all wars, and that's what it should be. The best horses all from the country, if not the world, are here at Churchill Downs for this event, and we feel very fortunate to be represented.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Best of luck to you.
Good luck to you.
Hope you have a good Derby week.
Likewise.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Have fun. So there's the owner of journalism, breaking from post number 8. Let's get Tom Ryan over here. This is you want to be on TV? Yes. Okay.
All right.
So Tom here is with Rodriguez, and how you feeling about that?
Feeling great. Look, Citizen Bull through the rail, where he's a fast horse, and we've got Martin Garcia on him there, so we're excited about that. And Rodriguez as well. Rodriguez drew the 1 hole in New York, and he worked his way out of that into the winner's circle. So we're okay. We're inside. It's shortest way around, and hopefully we'll have a clean break and some lady luck on our side.
The one hole used to be the kiss of death, but it's not like that anymore. It's like, how confident are you going into the race?
Oh, look, positive enough with a speed horse. You know, he's a fast horse. He's always been a good gate horse. He won the British Cup Juvenile and became a champion 2-year-old on the lead. So he's going to have to work for it. There's no question. But you know, they don't hand out derbies for free.
Come back here with Bob. How special is that?
Amazing to be here with Bob, my wife, and my 2 sons. These 2 men are becoming part of horse racing as well. And look, it's great. There's a lovely crowd here tonight, and we're excited.
Well, tell me your name.
Callan.
Callan, and what's your name?
Nolan.
Nolan. How cool is it to be here at the Kentucky Derby?
Really cool. And yeah.
Who do you like the best? What do you think?
Rodriguez.
You're with okay.
What team are you?
Rodriguez.
Oh, Rodriguez.
Got a consensus.
Well, there you go. You heard it right here first. Okay, Tom, thank you so much. Best of luck.
Yes, good luck to you.
Have a great Derby week.
Thank you so much.
Great job. And you both look so spiffy.
I need that hat.
My goodness. Fabulous. So there we go. It is now set. So now you can really start handicapping those horses, taking a look at that. You know, really an exciting time.
Yes, it's always hard to judge the California horses because they run in such small fields. And so many of them, Santa Anita's like 5 horses in that field. So how they adjust to the 20-horse field is always something to watch at.
Yeah, very interesting. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. And welcome back. A live look right here. You see Bob Baffert getting interviewed right now, talking about his 2 horses in the Derby. That's Rodriguez and Citizen Bull. Citizen Bull not getting very lucky with coming out of hole number 1. But Rodriguez did pretty well before. He's got to like that. That'll be Mike Smith, who will be riding Rodriguez. And Mike Smith, oh my goodness, 58 years old, a Triple Crown winning jockey. You know, some people say he's 59, but he said that that's because when he was 15 years old, you had to be 16 to ride, and so he tweaked it. And but he said, I'm really 58. Oh, we have the man of the moment here.
Yes.
This is Lonnie Briley. Your story about Coal Battle from Louisiana, 72 years old, never been in a derby before. What do you think about your post position?
Well, in all honesty, I wish I'd been a little closer to the inside, but it is what it is, But he breaks pretty good, and I think he will get in position, and hopefully,
Lonnie, this is your first Kentucky Derby. What's it been like so far?
Stressful. It's been fun, all the interviews and the people you see and meet, and stuff. And Coal Battle's been handling the training good. He likes the track, and he's been working good. And so, knock on wood, everything's going forward.
And you'll be coming from the 16th hole, and you purchased Coal Battle, your owner, for $70,000. He's made more than $1 million, and I heard that you have gotten so many offers. People want to buy this horse, and you guys just are saying no.
No, he's not for sale. When he after the Smarty Jones, we had a couple of offers, and then after the Reppel, the offers doubled.
Wow.
Yeah, and then a guy just called a few days ago, wanted to buy 10%. But we're gonna go to the end.
How exciting was that 4-race win streak that you all went on? Because you was just winning race after race after race.
It was crazy because he'd step it up every race. He was improving every race, and he win the John Lafitte, then he win the Springboard Mile, and then he win the Smarty Jones, and he win the Rebel, and then in the Arkansas Derby, he was a little fresh that day, and I had to put the overgird on the walk, and then the 2 speed horses went to the front, and when I seen the fractions, I was actually happy, but when they started backing up, my jockey got a little nervous and pushed the button too soon, and Sandman was right there on my hip, waiting to pounce, and turned for home. I was in front, but I knew I was cooked, and so he, I done talked to my rider a couple of times, and so we won't be leaving at the quarter pole.
Well, Lonnie, what has surprised you the most so far about this whole experience?
The people. Really the media and everybody's, wanting the interviews and things, and Coal Battle, he likes to lay down, and at Oakland, before every race, he'd lay down in the stall. And I had one lady came to get an interview and take pictures of Coal Battle, and he was laying down. She snooped down under the webbing and trying to get a thing, and Coal Battle would pick up his head, and so I said, that's him, and but he's pretty cool. He's easy to be around, and we schooled him in the paddock today and a couple of days ago, and he did very well,
Wonderful.
And so, but we'll see what happens.
Well, we wish you the very
All
best of
the
luck.
world. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us.
And have so much fun. Enjoy this Derby week. Thank you.
I'll go on the third. How much I enjoy it.
You'll let us know later. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so now we are all set. Any takeaways with the Oaks?
The Oaks, I'm still high on Brad Cox's horse. I think she is the overwhelming favorite for a reason. Good cheer.
Good cheer.
And she got a great post. I'm all in on her.
Lacara also, Mark Cassie's horse, is looking really good. So there's a lot of speed in this field. So we'll have to see how that plays out. There's Quiet Side, Lacara, 5G, Simply Joking, Tenma, Fondly, and As Promised. Those are all really fast horses. So we're going to see how this happens. And then let's show you real quick the Derby post position right now. And journalism, boy, the favorite, getting a huge break with the 8 hole.
Fantastic break for him. King Kong, I think, is going to run a King Kong type of race on Saturday.
Well, very exciting. So we are set. It is Derby week. We'll see you Monday morning bright and early for Sunrise at the Downs.
Good night.
Thanks for joining us.